You're watching ABC7 News at 6.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thanks for joining us.
Topping our news at this hour, a natural gas leak has shut down a stretch of US 41 in South Sarasota. Both north and southbound lanes of 41 are closed between Coover Drive and Beechwood Avenue, which is just north of Stickney Point Road.
Let's go live to ABC7's Rick Adams, who's at the scene with the very latest. Rick?
Yeah, guys, good evening. What a messy Monday it's been here. As you can see, US 41 has been shut down in both directions in Sarasota because of a gas leak. Drivers are now being diverted at Stickney Point Road and Beechwood Avenue. Some businesses close by did have to be evacuated. Workers are on scene now to help fix this gas leak.
It's a major line. It's one of the supply lines, a 4-inch high-pressure line. It is buried down deeply, but they were doing construction work in the area and accidentally nicked that line. So we have crews right now trying to shut off the gas on both sides of the leak itself due to the fact that we cannot stop the leak in the hole where we were working.
And fire officials did get the call around 3:30, so this roadway here, US 41, has been shut down in both directions for a few hours. It's not known how much longer it's going to be shut down. They're hoping sooner rather than later. We'll have a lot more on this coming up tonight at 7 o'clock as well as 11 o'clock. Reporting it live from South Sarasota this evening, I'm Rick Adams. Back to you.
All right, Rick, thank you so much. In other news tonight, an Ellenton man is facing charges after Bradenton police say he tried to set up a meeting with a 14-year-old girl. Police say when Dennis Ferrant asked the girl for her phone number, she felt uncomfortable and gave him her mother's cell phone instead. Police say he then began communicating with her mother, believing it was the girl, and when the messages became sexual, she contacted police. Police say they then took over the communications with Ferrant, and when he tried to set up a meeting, detectives took him into custody. Ferrant now charged with traveling to meet a minor for the purpose of engaging in illegal activity.
A Sarasota massage therapist has been arrested and charged with battery, accused of touching at least 2 clients inappropriately during treatments. Police arrested 44-year-old Ruslan Grusko twice this month, the most recent arrest coming today. The first victim says in early August she was at the Massage Envy on South Tamiami Trail where Grusko worked when he began touching her inappropriately and making sexual gestures. The investigation lasted 6 months and Grusko was arrested last week. Then a second victim came forward, her encounter with Grusko happening back in July at her home. Grusko was arrested and charged with a second count of battery today in relation to that case. One victim spoke exclusively to ABC7 but did not want to go on camera. She did have this to say about the incident. It can be very difficult to come forward after an assault because in addition to the personal feelings of violation or shame, the burden of proof is very high. Even though we know these kinds of assaults happen all the time, it takes a pattern before the system will take them seriously. Hopefully, the #MeToo movement will become more than a Twitter trend and lead towards better ways of investigating and prosecuting assault. Police believe that there are other victims out there, and they are asking those clients to contact Sarasota Police Department.
A Sarasota man is facing charges tonight for sex crimes against children, and detectives believe there may be more victims. Albert Phillips is a former pastor at New Bethel Missionary Baptist Church in Sarasota. Phillips is accused of molesting a 15-year-old girl, the victim claiming the inappropriate behavior began when she was only 4 years old. Because the victims were children who visited Phillips's home, detectives want parents who may know him to be aware of this investigation.
Well, certainly a beautiful weekend here on the Sun Coast. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan for a look at our first alert forecast.
I took advantage of it. In fact, played golf right there off in the distance at Lakewood Ranch right there. It was at, again, Legacy. Not bad. Shot 81. I'm pretty happy with that. Getting back in the groove of things, thanks to Kathy Schmidt. Anyway, we had a rainbow earlier there at Lakewood Ranch, and that has since moved on, the rainbow. We also had a sundog looking the opposite direction out over Sarasota Bay. 75 right now, sunshine, the dew point 69, the humidity 82%. We have a light wind out of the west at 3 now, so that west sea breeze is slowly transitioning back to an easterly flow. That sea breeze kicked off a few showers, inland counties only, inland areas, I should say, east of I-75, not much near the beaches. This activity pretty pretty strong, well offshore, though, over 100 miles west of the Suncoast at this point, and continues to drop to the southeast. It's associated with a cold front, but we're not going to cool down. I know we really jumped into warm temperatures real quickly after a pretty chilly winter thus far. Just a few showers lingering now over parts of central Manatee County, all the way down into southeast Manatee County. Had some rainfall near Bethany, also Myakka City and the Myakka Head, but Parrish had a brief shower nearby. Not much left is going on. The sea breeze really kicked in, and you can follow that sea breeze down as it moves to the east, and the shower is building as it moves all the way into our interior areas. Now, it looks as though these showers won't have much hanging on as far as them holding together and hitting to the coast. We'll have more on that. Let you know if any cooler weather is on the way, and let you know what this front is going to do coming up in just a couple of minutes. Back to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Bob. A major construction project for the city of Venice is causing a bit of a headache for special events coordinators.
That's because many of Venice's biggest events are going to be displaced when the downtown area gets a facelift later this year. ABC7's Christopher Bradley has more from Venice.
For 20 years, the Venice Farmers Market has been a staple of downtown, but in just a short time it'll be moving, although temporarily, a few blocks away.
It's a great part of our business. We have a lot of fun. We do really well there.
For businesses like Venetian Coffee Roasters, the market is critical. Their business is not located in downtown, so the weekly farmers market is a chance to draw in new business. Is there any concern that it might slow business down?
Of course, slightly, but we'll just make the best of it.
It's not just the market, though. 4 of Venice's biggest events are having to be relocated, while downtown roads and sidewalks are torn up and revitalized.
Don't be afraid because of the reconstruction. Actually, we're going to try to make it a little bit more fun.
Aaron Silk, CEO of Venice Main Street, tells us the events are moving to behind City Hall, which isn't really a far distance. But it's not directly in front of businesses on Venice Avenue either. That seems to be creating a bit of a worry that some may stay away during the already slow summer months.
We're combating the thought that it might be even slower by doing these promotions and encouraging our local community.
Incentive is being added to the calendar to draw people through the construction areas into downtown shops.
We're going to have a jazz on the avenues with jazz musicians throughout town. We're going to have 2 wine walks, a bar stool open.
As for Venetian Coffee Roasters, they're hoping to brew up business at the temporary market location.
If you go to the farmers market where it currently is, you'll almost be able to see it where it will be. So hoping that people still show up.
That's Christopher Bradley reporting from Venice. Construction downtown is set to begin in April and end sometime around November, and after that all the events will go back to normal.
Still to come on your Suncoast News, with the release of a new billion-dollar infrastructure plan, how it's expected to impact you.
That is a pretty good breakfast. You're not even eating.
Not hungry.
No? Why not? What's up?
Kath and I knew that Jenny had been partying a bit. Found out she tried heroin.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Invest in Kids is a $7.5 million project to build a new Boys and Girls Club in South Manatee County. I'm Caleb Grimes, and I was a club kid. It's where I learned important life lessons, leadership, integrity, responsibility, and baseball. Thousands of kids attend the Boys and Girls Clubs, and after years of use, their club is slowly falling apart. Help us invest in kids. Make your donation today.
Thank you!
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Alex Karras Lincoln's 40th anniversary sale. Please join us in welcoming the two newest additions to the Lincoln lineup, our flagship luxury sedan, the 2018 Lincoln Continental, and the totally redesigned 2018 Lincoln Navigator, featuring 450 horsepower, 10-speed transmission, and many best-in-class features. Alex Karras Lincoln, where our mission statement is consistent commitment, every client, every time. Located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Here's something we bet you didn't know. Nearly half of all cancers can be prevented. That's right, half. Nearly 50%, mostly by making small everyday changes in your diet and controlling your weight, walking more, eating less, and eating foods that help you and your family to seriously reduce the risk of cancer. And of course, by not smoking. Visit the Cancer Prevention Together We Can website and get a free 30-day planner filled with tips, recipes, stats, and more about protecting your family. Go to prevent50.org.
My name's Luke Perry, and I am 1 million strong. I'm in the fight against colorectal cancer because I believe we can win it. Colon and rectal cancers are the second leading cause of cancer deaths among men and women in the U.S. Colon cancer is preventable. Know the risk factors and make sure to get screened. There are simple, take-home options available. Take control of your health. Screening for colon cancer isn't embarrassing. It can be life-saving. To find out more about your options, visit fightcrc.org.
The White House's $1.5 trillion plan to fix America's infrastructure will be funded with only $200 billion of federal spending, and the rest of it coming from state and local governments.
But how will the federal government pay for its portion, and what will it be used for? Omar Jimenez has more from Washington.
President Trump unveiling his long-projected plan to improve the nation's aging infrastructure.
We're trying to build roads and bridges and fix bridges that are falling down.
The president, flanked by governors, mayors, and other local and state officials at the White House Monday.
The people in this room really understand better than most, probably, hopefully better than anybody, that the problem the states have and local leaders have with funding the infrastructure is horrendous.
The plan turned $200 billion federal dollars into $1.5 trillion by leveraging local and state dollars as well as the private sector. All meant to fix things like roads and bridges and bring broadband internet access to more areas outside major cities.
Not only thank you on a rural initiative for transportation, but particularly for broadband. We'd love to have, whether it's white spaces, fiber networks, you name it.
Half of the federal money, $100 billion, would go directly to local governments. Another $20 billion would go toward large-scale projects. $50 billion would go to projects in rural areas as block grants, and the rest, $30 billion, would be spent on other existing infrastructure programs. Another priority, streamlining the approval process for getting federal permits for projects. Democrats are skeptical of the cost.
How are we really going to find any more money? How much more debt do we have to put the American people in?
The plan is part of the president's new $4 trillion budget proposal, delivered to Capitol Hill this morning.
Well, stay with us. Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert weather forecast after the break.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
My name is Stephen Campagna. We're Ben Gates and Dramus, and here is your law tip of the week. If you've been arrested in the state of Florida, the state attorney's office is already working on your prosecution. It's time to work on your defense. So give us a call. We've got your back.
Our overall experience working with California Closets was phenomenal.
Calm, reassuring.
Through happenstance, we ended up paired with our designer, Jen. She was someone who not only was patient, someone who was professional. She's become extended family.
She had great insight to help direct me towards those things that could make our dreams come true.
We are the Greens, and this is our California Closet story.
Sarasota Opera's 2018 Winter Opera Festival is here, featuring Puccini's Manon Lescaut, Bizet's Carmen, Bellini's Norma, and Dalbert's rarely heard Tiefland. For more information, go to sarasotaopera.org.
Thousands of award-winning Honda SUVs are on sale from $189 a month during the Honda President's Day sales event. You've got to see these SUVs. Get a surprisingly spacious 2018 HR-V, $189 a month, or step up to Pilot for $289 a month with available seating for 8. Plus, we have Motor Trend's SUV of the Year, the 2018 CR-V, and Ridgeline, a Car and Driver's 10 Best. All on sale for up to $3,805 less than the competition at your local Honda dealer.
Rugs as Art, Sarasota's only area rug superstore.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
We had a group visiting our newsroom today from the Meadows community, and they asked me, who's the better golfer, you or Bob? I said Bob.
On certain days, yes.
I think
who's the better looking swing? Is Scott right there? Yeah.
I think it's easily debatable. I think you guys are far better than I would be on a golf course, that's for sure.
Well, we don't know, because
we got to get you out there.
No,
Yeah,
I don't
absolutely.
know.
We'll see what happens. You know, good weather for golf.
Yeah.
There was just a little bit of fog around in the morning, but other than that, not bad at all out there. Not a lot of rainfall, but we have had a few showers. Surprisingly, it's the afternoon showers that you don't normally see this time of year. I'll get a look at this. This was over the weekend, too. Good boating weather. Captain Jackson, and this just it. He said, he remember this, and so he sent it in to pics at mysuncoast.com. He took it over the weekend. This is Sand Dollar Island. I go, where's that? Looked it up. It's actually a little island there now. Big Pass. That's right, where all the folks hang out and boat there for a while. There's an abundance of sand dollars there, and they deemed it Sand Dollar Island. And Van Wezel webcam showing what's been going out there in the bay, and you can see right there, there's a little sundog that was firing up quickly there. Again, 45-degree angle from the sun. It looks like a sun, a little miniature one at that, and you get that when there's some high clouds around. A weak cold front slides in this evening and tomorrow morning. Now, that weak cold front's really not going to cool us down all that much. It will create a little wind shift, and temperatures will still be above average. Near record highs today. Fort Myers set a record high. We were not that close, but still, some areas inland into the upper 80s, and then fog forming overnight. There should be a fog forming overnight. Again, that will be a problem for commuters tomorrow morning. Could be a little bit of activity around as far as that fog goes. Could be rather thick. You can see that sea breeze front all the way from north of Tampa down, stretching through Interstate 4 and then east of I-75. These showers are advancing toward the coast, but not much success of arriving toward the beaches. And look at this interesting little mezzo-low. This is so far out into the Gulf of Mexico that we're seeing the mid-level flow of this particular storm that has generated some lightning strikes there. And you can see that counterclockwise swirl right there it is. And it's heading off to the southeast. Now, if you saw it at the surface within, say, 40, 50 miles of our coast, that would certainly be labeled as a water spout out there in the Gulf of Mexico. But I think that's the mid-level low pressure system there with that storm. There's the sea breeze front creating those showers that were around earlier, and there's still lingering some isolated activity near Verna. And as far as rainfall totals, estimates up to a ½ inch of rain with that one cell southeast of Parrish this evening. Notice not much along the immediate coastline west of I-75. We have a weak frontal boundary now stretching all the way down into the Gulf of Mexico. This front will continue to move very slowly to the southeast, so we'll see an increase in cloudiness on Tuesday. And not a real big threat for rainfall. We'll see a few showers around. As I mentioned, the fog could be a problem in some areas with some patchy areas of rather thick fog. Current conditions, we have 75 degrees. Dew point is at 69 and a light wind. The high today, well, there it is, 82. Well shy of the record 87 set back in 1959, although we did see some mid to upper 80s in some inland areas. 75 in Sarasota right now, 71 in Cortez. The Gulf water temperature now at 72, 10 degrees warmer still at this hour, 82 in Arcadia. Storm track is shifting out west now, and as far as the future cast goes for the European model, all this rain kind of staying well to our north. So no rain in sight and really no cool weather in sight for a while. East winds at 10 knots. and seas will be 1 to 2 feet with a light chop on the bays and inland waters. As far as the forecast goes tonight, partly cloudy, isolated showers, mainly inland, some patchy fog, 68 for your low, and then the extended forecast shapes up like this. We will see 80-degree temperatures all the way through the next 7 days. A little bit cloudy tomorrow and Wednesday. Some morning fog all the way through Thursday morning. But boy, look at the weekend. Temperatures warming, staying there into the low 80s with lots of sunshine around. Back to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Bob. The Florida Senate is considering a proposal already approved in the House that would give bullied students the option of changing schools, giving parents the option to receive a state-funded private school voucher averaging $6,800 a year. It would come from what is called the Hope Scholarship, funded through tax revenue generated from motor vehicle sales. Motorists would have the option to donate part of the sales tax to the scholarship in exchange for a tax credit. Sarasota Classified Teachers Association President Patricia Gardner says this bill will only take money away from public schools.
If you really have a problem with bullying, not just kids fighting with each other, you need to go in and say, are other kids being bullied? Is someone ignoring this? Do we have a problem at this school or what?
Now, we reached out to the Sarasota County School District for comment, but we did not get a response.
ABC7's Linda Carson shows us what's coming up on A Place We Call Home. Linda?
Coming up, we'll take you inside Art Center Sarasota and show you some of the beautiful things they have to offer.
This week, drama inside the White House. The top aide out over domestic abuse allegations. Now the fallout, plus Wall Street's wild ride. What it means for your 401k. World News Tonight with David Muir, America's most watched newscast.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
So Matt told me to meet him at 7 a.m. sharp right here. It is now 7:01 a.m. You think Matt will leave without me? Hey, is Matt here?
Long gone.
Long gone.
Just missed him.
Just missed him.
All done.
Mr. Sparky guarantees they're on time and the repair is free, so chop chop.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Matt, you started without me.
I finished without you, too.
Thank you.
You got a king?
Go fish.
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
There's nothing like this trail in Alabama. It just goes from the northern part of the state to the southern part of the state. We see all kind of different terrains, great value, great fun. We've been coming for 18 years. We started off with a group of 8, grew to 12, and grew to 16. And we love it because where else can you get world-class golf courses with world-class accommodations? To be able to play these type of courses in this environment, and the difficulty keeps us coming back over and over and over again.
I witnessed him have 2 heart attacks in ICU. He went through seizures.
We'd much rather have Aaron like this than dead. A lot of parents don't have that luxury.
He can't talk. He can't walk. This is a condition Aaron will live with for the rest of his life because he abused prescription pills.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Over the past 90 years, Art Center Sarasota has helped shape Sarasota and give the area its identity as the Culture Coast.
ABC7's Linda Carson tells us why it helps make Sarasota a great place to call home.
Art Center Sarasota had its beginnings in 1926.
Marcia Rader, who is the art supervisor for the Sarasota County School System, wanted to bring young people and artists together in this community into a group to promote the visual arts. So she started the Sarasota Art Association.
In 1949, they built this building as a place to meet, work, and show their art.
There was a big influx of artists in the 40s after the war. And when Ringling College was starting to really pick up, a lot of artists from New York came down here, like Sid Solomon, to teach at the school.
And that drew many more well-known artists to Sarasota, building our reputation as an art mecca. And the Art Center has always been a big part of it. It's free, open to the public, and accessible to everyone. There are classes and summer camps for children and classes and workshops for adults.
We bring artist instructors in from all over the country and all over the world for these specialized workshops.
There are 4 galleries in Art Center Sarasota. The largest is for juried shows.
And that means that anybody pretty much in the public can submit up to 3 pieces on a certain day. We charge for consideration, and then we bring in a juror, different juror every time, to select the show from the submissions.
Many artists in the juried shows go on to get their own solo shows here.
The other 3 galleries, like the one we're in now, are curated shows. And that means that either the artist has submitted a proposal for an exhibition, our curators have selected someone especially, or maybe it's a community group.
In this gallery currently, it's the John Perman Show.
He does graphic design. That's his forte. And he's done a lot of work for MoMA in New York, a lot of New York institutions, and he redesigned the Ringling Museum logo.
And in this gallery,
that's a special curated show by George Pratt. He's an instructor at Ringling College, an illustration instructor. And some of those are commissioned. There's a section on the Holocaust, those were commissioned, and then a section about Africa.
Of course, the exhibits in each gallery change often. The exhibit in this gallery right now is by local members of ASALA. ASALA is a national group dedicated to preserve Black history and culture. Linda Carson, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Learned something new tonight again from Linda. She does that a lot for us. All right. And warm weather, we know that.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, right. You know, it's interesting. I was enjoying the cooler weather, you know, and then you expect a little transition, you know, into spring. It doesn't seem like it's happening. And looking at the long-range models, it doesn't look like it's going to happen over the next couple of weeks. We're going to see warm weather here. You're going to look at that. You can see that cold purple just kind of staying out west. Not much going on here.
World News Tonight with David Muir is next.
We'll see you again at 11. Have a good night.